back in the day. Before the Nintendo Wii, PS3 or Bill Gates 360 thingamajig. If you wanted to play an arcade game, you had to travel to a magical place called the arcade.
Ooh!
Today, I want to look at an arcade classic from 1981 called Donkey Kong, which, I notice, is available to download for 500 Wii points. So, is it worth it? Well, let's find out. First of all, I want to make clear that this is not the version of Donkey Kong that I played in the arcade all those years ago. No, this is the NES port. So what's the difference, I hear you ask? Well, you'll find out in a minute. So you play the game as Jumpman, later to be known as Mario. And your mission is to climb to the top of every stage to save Pauline from the evil Donkey Kong, whilst jumping over barrels, avoiding trampolines and making sure you don't get your ass burned by one of these retarded flame things. However, on the last stage you have to remove all the yellow blocks, so to make the platform collapse under Donkey Kong's feet, thus completing the game and saving Pauline. But if you're a veteran gamer who has played Donkey Kong in the arcade, like I have, then you probably notice something that isn't in the NES version. You're probably asking yourself, where the fuck is the Pie Factory stage? Yes, where is the Pie Factory stage? I mean, come on, that was the best level in the whole damn game. And Nintendo decided just to leave it out when porting it onto the NES. It's not as if they ran out of ROM and couldn't fit it into the cartridge. They managed to fit Metroid onto one cartridge. Hell, they even managed to stick 3 games in one NES cart. So what the hell, Nintendo? What the hell?
What the hell?
What the hell?
This is Chuck Norris.
What the fuck? Anyway, as there is not much more to explain about this short 3-level game, let's take a look at Donkey Kong Jr., which is also available to download for 500 Wii points. Basically, you have the same concept, although this time Mario is the baddie. In this game you play as Donkey Kong's son, and your main objective is to save your father, whilst avoiding all the obstacles that evil Mario throws at you. Like in the previous game, there really isn't much more to it. Although for some reason, I like Donkey Kong Jr. more than Donkey Kong. It should be mentioned that there is a sequel to Donkey Kong Jr. called Donkey Kong Jr. Mass. Yeah, I'm not kidding. What's more surprising is that this piece of crap is actually up for download. The only people in their right mind who would download this are parents who want to try and get their children to stop playing Mario Galaxy. Now let's take a look at Donkey Kong 3, which is also available to download for, you guessed it, 500 Wii points. Ah yes. Now this is different. I like this. But for some reason, this was never as popular as the original Donkey Kong when it was released back in the mid-80s. You play the game as Mario's cousin, Stanley, who for some reason we never hear of again. Anyway, Stanley is a bugman, and one day he notices Donkey Kong has invaded his greenhouse. Much like how the Soviets invaded Romania and then made it into the biggest shithole in the whole of Europe. But that's another story, for another time, for another website. Stanley must now get rid of Donkey Kong by shooting bug spray up his ass.
Oh no.
Whilst avoiding the insects that have been let loose by him. One thing that has always puzzled me is, where the hell is Donkey Kong 2? There's Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong 3. But what about Donkey Kong 2? Now before you start being a smartass, telling me that Donkey Kong Jr. is in fact Donkey Kong 2, well, I've got news for you. You're wrong. Because there actually exists a game called Donkey Kong 2. Although you won't find it on the Virtual Console. Let's take a quick look. Donkey Kong 2 was released in 1983 on a handheld console called the Game & Watch, which looks just like a DS. In this game, you play as Donkey Kong Jr. again, and you have to collect keys to unlock your father from his shackles. It's a simple game and a lot like Donkey Kong Jr., all except by the title. Okay, so let's get down to the nuts and bolts about whether or not you should download these games for your Wii. Personally, I think they are not worth downloading. And here's my reasons. If they cost only 200 Wii points, then, yes, I would say go and get them. But the fact that each game costs 500 Wii points and can be completed in less than 10 minutes, I think they are not worth the money to download. But on the other hand, they are fun and very addictive to play. So I give each game 2 ROBs out of 5, mainly because they are short and overpriced. Well, except Donkey Kong Jr. Mass. That just sucks balls. Join me next time for another Virtual Console review. So till then, stay the fuck away from Donkey Kong Jr. Mass.